Hi everybody, I'm Tommy. The last few days I've felt a little like the system is sort of rigged right now against young people, in the sense that whatever we do, most of us will really struggle to buy a house, right? At least in Canada, I know that the prices, are absolutely insane. I know that in most of the US it's the same, kind of the same, and a lot of Europe as well, and Asia like Singapore and Hong Kong and all of that. I mean, that's just beyond comprehension. So are we working like really hard to attain something that we can't, or that we will never reach, or that only 5% of us will reach? Or wait a second, what? Did you guys just see that? There was water in the block, and we will not try to find what the hell is going on here. We are just gonna make it chill out for a bit. Hey, where did all of this come from? You don't know too, right? No, I think he doesn't know. Yeah, I've kind of felt like it's a little rigged. I mean, if we work for like 40 or 50 hours a week, an honest job, I feel like we really should be able to at least think about buying a home. And people in computer science, or doctors, lawyers, I know that all of these people can have that idea in mind, but actually even computer science right now is kind of weird. I'm in my final year in computer science, and I kind of think like I'm gonna have a real hard time finding a job, but that's another topic. But yeah, I just definitely think that if you work really hard, you work your 40, 50 hours per week, let's say 40, have some kind of life outside of work, then you should be able to own a small apartment somewhere, or just be able to be somewhat comfortable. And I know that it depresses a lot of people, at least a lot of my friends, that they can't even. Oh, that was fine. They can't even, at least for the moment, have the idea of buying something for themselves. They are renting, and the rent is already absolutely crazy in terms of price, and what they actually are getting for for the price that they are paying. And that's not very smart. That is not very smart. I don't know. Maybe it's just some sort of a misconception that we have, that before it was super easy, and that now our life is so hard. There's probably a little bit of that, but I also know a lot of people in their 50s and 60s that do say that it was a little different back then too. Some people could work one job and buy a home by themselves, and it would be a small home, or something, and it wouldn't necessarily be, of course, in a big city, but that it was possible. I mean, it was yeah, that's not very smart, eh? We've got no water here, man. No water. Can I plant potatoes just like that? No clue, but we are gonna try our very best. Yeah, I think that there's maybe a little bit of, oh, why is life so hard for me? And then I think that there's a part that's true. I cannot do that. Here, almost. Get it. this. I'm not gonna do that. I can. And that's just perfect. Yeah, and then the big question, one of the big question is still, should we go to college or should we go maybe to trade school? And the answer right now, especially with everything that's going on with AI, with all of the AI stuff, it's actually a good question. Short term, it depends on. Okay, so we will need more seeds. I would like to do something more, maybe a little more pretty than this goddamn thing right here. Up. Is it gonna work? Will it still be warm if I cannot do that? If the torch is here, kind of afraid that this is gonna froze up. Guess we'll have to see. But yeah, college, if you can afford to not get into debt, I think that it's worth your while. If you have to get into a lot of debt to go to college, I think that you really have to be more careful about the decision, because I feel like getting out of college, if of course if you get out in a field like medical school or civil engineering, I think that's for the moment is absolutely safe. I'm no expert, but that seems like it would be pretty much safe for the moment. But if you get out in fields, computer science is really a tough one. I'm actually not, even though I'm finish this year, I think I'm absolutely not qualified to say whether or not it's still a good field to get into. In theory, it would be a good field, but at the same time, automation from the AI stuff is just coming on so quickly that I'm just not gonna say anything about that. I prefer to keep my mouth shut than to say some when the sun is rising, and to say some crap about that. And so we actually went to that little village in the past episode, or the one before, and then we've got another one right there. So that's pretty, and this is the cave where I died a couple of times, off camera of course. The college thing is a really tough one, but if you are motivated to do a trade, like electricity, plumbing, all of that, surveying, surveying is a really good one too. Then absolutely go for it, I would say right now, because usually it's pretty quick. You can get a degree pretty quickly, and then it's actually well paying, and electricians won't be replaced anytime soon. I can promise you that for sure. So definitely go that route, if it calls to you, and then you can always do something else. You can just work a good job for a couple of years or even a couple of months, and then if you actually want to go to college, then do that. I think that that's a safe route, and the directly to college route is the one that scares me a little more. But if your parents or if you have some kind of money, then I think that it's still a really good option. But I think right now I would not get into something like, I don't know, $80,000 debt to do a history major, even though I actually started a history major that I did not complete. Just did one semester, and it was really, really nice, but I realized that I don't know, I wasn't it wasn't the right moment to do that, and but I hope that at one point in my life, breaks a second cold, it's all good. One point in my life I could go back and maybe finish that, or at least that'd be great. But I wouldn't get into debt for a social a social studies. In French, it's not called the same, so that's why I'm struggling here. But yeah, so I would really love to have your thoughts on all of this. And is the system rigged, or are we just a bunch of crying babies? Let's find out. And thank you very much for watching, everybody. I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.